Beng Sta was a skilled storyteller who lived in a small village nestled in the mountains. He would often gather the villagers around him and weave tales of adventure, love, and redemption. But his favorite story to tell was one that he believed held a powerful message for all who heard it. He would tell the story of a great king who ruled over a vast kingdom. The king loved his people deeply and cared for them with a fierce passion. He provided for them, protected them, and watched over them like a shepherd cares for his flock. However, over time, the people began to turn away from the king. They forgot his goodness and his mercy, and instead, they pursued their own desires and passions. They became selfish and proud, and they rejected the king's authority over their lives. The king was heartbroken. He knew that his people were headed down a dark path, and he feared for their future. But he did not give up on them. Instead, he sent his son, the prince, to bring them back to him. The prince came to the people and showed them the way back to the king. He taught them about the king's love and his mercy, and he showed them the path to redemption. But the people rejected the prince, just as they had rejected the king. In their rejection, they crucified the prince, and he died. But something miraculous happened. Just as a seed must fall to the ground and die before it can bring forth new life, so too did the death of the prince bring forth new life. 3 days later, the prince rose from the dead, and his resurrection signified a new beginning for the people. It signified that they could be reconciled to the king, and that they could have new life through the prince. Beng Sta would end his story with the message that just as a seed must die before it can bring forth new life, so too must we die to our old ways and be reborn in the prince. He would remind the villagers that the king's love for them was never ending, and that the prince was the promise of new life and redemption.